Imagine that you are playing a game with an opponent who is an expert at that game. However, you don't even know the rules of the game. What do you think are your chances of winning that game? The same thing is happening with a lot of people when it comes to the game of money. If you do not understand the game of money, the game will be played on you. So the question is this: do you understand the game of money? Do you know where money comes from? Do you know who creates money? Do you know who controls the money supply? Want to find out the answers to these questions? Well, then hang on till the end of this episode because that is exactly what I am going to talk about today. So let's get into it. Welcome to episode 56 of the Rohit Radio Show. This is your host Rohit, and I help people achieve the freedom of time, the freedom of money, and the freedom of location so that they can spend more time with their family, travel more, and live a more real and a fulfilling life. In this episode, my goal is to help you find out the hidden secrets of money. But before we get into that, I want to invite you to come and attend my free Financial Freedom Masterclass, in which I teach people how to escape the 9 to 5 rat race in less than 5 years. The masterclass is 100% online. It is free. When you sign up, you get all your login details and you have lifetime access to it. So go ahead and claim your lifetime access to this masterclass. I will put the link in the description box below. This masterclass will get you started on your journey towards your financial independence. Now, just to give you some context here, I have noticed that a lot of people have no idea what is the difference between money and currency. This is primarily the reason why people are struggling financially today. In this video, I will throw some light on this issue. Alright, coming back to our topic, it is important that you understand the game of money so that you don't end up working for money throughout your entire life. A lot of people are busy making money, but smart people do not work for money. Smart people create assets that generate money for them. Robert Kiyosaki once said, "The rich don't work for money. The rich work to create an asset. That asset creates money for them." So let's try to understand how money gets created. Once you understand this, your life will change forever. Here I will take the example of the US, but you can apply the same concept to almost every country in the world. More specifically, I talk about the US because it is the most important economy in the world today. Whatever they do is almost always replicated across the world. So here is the process of how money actually gets created. It all begins with a politician going out and making promises to people that he will do this and he will do that. Based on those promises, the politician gets elected. Once he gets elected, now the question is how to fulfill these promises that were made during the election campaigns. You need money to fulfill those promises, right? So the politician looks into the government treasury account to see if there is any money in it. And surprise, surprise, there is almost always no money there. Almost every country in the world is running a budget deficit. What is budget deficit? Basically, it is just a technical term. It simply means that we are spending more money than what we are earning. So almost every country in the world is spending more money than it is earning from taxes or other revenue sources. So if the government is having a budget deficit, it means that it doesn't have enough money to spend. It is probably borrowing money and spending that borrowed money. The politician finds that there is no money in the government account. But now that he has made all these promises to people, he will have to ensure that if he wants to maintain the position of power, he fulfills on those promises. So he goes out to borrow money in the name of the government. Borrowing money is fine, but the question is, from whom do you borrow? That is where a central bank comes into the picture. This is where the game of money begins. This is where the game of money is actually played. Every country in the world has got a government and a central bank. The central bank has the legal right to print as much money as they want. This was not the case before 1971. Before 1971, almost every currency in the world was one or the other way tied to gold. However, the world of money changed on August 15th, 1971, when the US stopped giving away their gold in exchange for dollars. In simple words, the relationship between gold and the dollar was permanently cut off. The world realized this much later over the years. This gave full power to the US central bank to print as much money as they wanted, and every other country followed suit. So that is why you will notice that before 1971, there was no foreign exchange market. After 1971, the foreign exchange market began to flourish. And today it's worth trillions per day. So coming back to our politician, he wants money to spend. He goes to the central bank and asks for money. Now the central bank cannot just print money and give it to the government, because any bank does not give away money for free, right? The bank is not in the business of doing charity. The bank is in the business of giving out loans. It doesn't matter whether it's a central bank or a normal bank. So the central bank agrees to give money, but it agrees to give money in the form of a loan. The question is, the loan is given to whom? Well, the loan is given to the government, because it's the government that is borrowing the money. It is not the politician or the political party who is personally borrowing the money. The politician has the right to approve the transaction. So the politician does not take personal liability. The politician is simply increasing the liability of the government by going to the central bank and borrowing the money in the name of the government. This is exactly where the problem is. If I am a politician and I can borrow trillions of dollars in the name of someone else, then there is literally no limit to the amount of money that I can borrow, right? Because I am not borrowing money for myself. I am borrowing the money in the name of the government. So let us say that the central bank prints $1 trillion and loans that money to the government. So now this 1 trillion is borrowed by the government, not the politician personally. Who do you think is supposed to repay this money to the central bank with interest? It's the government that has to pay this money back to the central bank with interest, not the politician. And where do you think the government gets this money to repay to the central bank? Well, it is taxes. And who pays taxes? You and me pay the taxes. And by the way, that 1 trillion that was printed and loaned out to the government does not have any gold backing. To give you an example, if you have $10,000 in your bank account, and if you write a check for $5,000 and give that check to someone, that check will clear because you have the money in the account. However, if you have $10,000 in your bank and you write a check for $15,000, the check will bounce, right? The check is not going to clear because you don't have money in the account. This concept does not apply to the central bank. The central bank does not have $1 trillion in their account. They can simply write a check of $1 trillion to the government without having any money in their account. That is exactly how money is created, and that is exactly where the problem lies. What is the problem? Well, normal people like you and me, we go out to work at a 9 to 5 job, and let's say we make $7,000 salary per month. So we are trading an entire month of our precious time to earn that $7,000 in that particular month. On the other hand, the central bank can print those $7,000 in milliseconds because it's just digits on the computer for them. These days, money is nothing but some digits on a computer. That's a fact. Now, given the system that I have explained to you, I feel this is very unfair to hardworking people. One group of people in a society works very hard for money, the employees, the doctors, lawyers, workers, etc. And there is this other small group of people who don't work for money because they can print it. Such a civilization cannot persist for long. It will break sooner than later. The central bank gets full value of every dollar that they are printing. But the more money they print, the lesser is the value of the salary that people are earning. Because basic economics says that anything that is more in supply has less value. So if you increase the supply of money, obviously that money is going to have less and less value. Just look at the price of gold. In 2000, gold was at $250 per ounce. Today it is $1,800. It's not that the price of gold has gone up. It's the value of money that has gone down. The value of the dollar has gone down. It basically takes more dollars to buy the same amount of gold. That is what I mean by reduction in the value of the dollar. So more money printing means low value of the dollar. More money printing means less purchasing power of the salary that you are earning. This is the game that is being played on you. And if you do not understand the game, you will keep working for money. You will keep working for something that is losing value every single day. This is why I wanted to make this video, to make you aware where exactly money comes from. How can you apply this to your life? How can you apply this knowledge in your real life? What can you do about it? When I understood this game of money, the first thing that I did is I stopped working for money. Why would I work for something that they are printing? So I quit my job, I started my own business, I created an asset, and now that asset generates income for me. I am not trading my time for money because time is the most scarce commodity we have. Why would I trade my time, which is very, very valuable, with something which is losing value every single day? So if you have understood what I have explained in this episode, hopefully this will motivate you to start thinking about creating your own side hustle or a small business which can help you generate some extra income, such that in the future that income would allow you to quit your job and stop trading your time for money. I don't want you to work for money. I don't want you to work for something that they are printing. I don't want you to work for something that is losing value every single day. I want you to step up in your life, create your own business, build an asset, start earning cash flow every single month that takes care of your business expenses, personal expenses, taxes, and bills that you have, so that you have the freedom of time, freedom of money, and freedom of location. So my question to you is this: do you now understand the game of money and how it is being played on you? What steps will you take to protect your future? Let me know in the comments section. I am all ears to your story. If you are truly serious about achieving financial freedom in your life, you will find out the answer to that question and do the right thing for yourself. I have confidence in you. Talking about financial freedom, again, I want to invite you to come and attend my free Financial Freedom Masterclass, in which I teach people how to escape the 9 to 5 rat race in less than 5 years. The masterclass is 100% online. It is free. When you sign up, you get all your login details and you have lifetime access to it. So go ahead and claim your lifetime access to this masterclass. I will put the link in the description box below. This masterclass will get you started on your journey towards your financial independence. Alright guys, that's it for this episode. I have given you enough food for thought. I hope you got value out of this episode. This is your host Rohit signing off for now. I will see you same time, same place next week. Bye for now. Take care. Thank you so much.